What's up, everybody, and thank you for listening to Mastering the Mindset. My name is Dariusdotch, and I'm an actor, hip-hop artist, and fitness and life coach. And I'm here to personally help you train and improve your mindset so that you can, 1, become the best version of yourself mentally, and 2, gain focus and motivation to be able to take action and achieve the success in life that you want and deserve. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel, and at the end of this episode, if you liked it, please share it with a friend or loved one or someone who will benefit from hearing this message. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm ready to go on this journey with you, and that journey begins now. All right, and welcome back to another episode. Happy Friday. This is the perfect episode for a Friday to get your weekend started. And if you're not listening on Friday, it's still a good episode, but I made it nice and short to be the perfect episode to get your weekend started. So today, I want to kind of do a quote unquote check-in episode. And when I say check-in, I mean a check-in with yourself. And the reason is, hopefully by now, you've been at least trying to implement some of what I've been saying on this podcast in your everyday life. And if you have, there is a good chance that you have experienced some growth. That's the most important thing, and the biggest reason I do this podcast is because I want us to grow. So hopefully you can look back from when we first started to now and see how you have changed for the better. Now, the reason I titled this episode Growth Problems is because of something I have felt as well as heard another life coach touch on when mentoring other life coaches. And it definitely applies to all of us. And the idea is that as we are focusing on growth, focusing on changing our mindset and making the best version of ourselves, we may be categorizing ourselves and drawing a line in the dirt and saying and thinking that we are less than. That line in the dirt that we drew is the quote unquote normal line, and we need to get better to be able to be normal. Or that as we learn things and work on growth, we also learn things about ourselves that may need some work. And what happens is we in turn look at ourselves as less than. We see ourselves as flawed, and we feel the need to work on things to be better to get to the line of quote unquote normal, or to get to the line of not having something quote unquote wrong with us. And we could possibly be putting an emotion behind it and get sad or angry at the thought of the change that needs to be done. And this does make sense. We're figuring things out that can help us grow. And at the same time, we're realizing that some things we do are doing just the opposite. So to try and grow, we understand that we need to change. But the problem is thinking that we're not quote unquote normal because of this. The problem is feeling like we are quote unquote flawed because of these things, feeling like we're not normal or not the quote unquote average person until we fix these things. When the fact of the matter is, with personal development, needing to work on yourself is normal. That working on yourself is not to get you to be average, but to taking you to a place that's better than average. Improving your mindset and habits are going to make you better than normal. With personal development, working on yourself is normal. You aren't less than because you have things that you need to work on. We all have those things, and you're working on them puts you ahead of every single person who is not. And I will be the first person to tell you that working on yourself will make such a big difference in your life. I can't stress to you enough how much it's changed me. And I've really only been focusing on changing my mindset and personal development since the world shut down because of the pandemic. And it was the single best thing that has happened for me in my lifetime. I feel so much more capable of things. I'm much more productive. I have changed some bad habits that were limiting me, and I just have a more positive outlook on things. And I'm getting way more opportunities than I used to. I was just talking with a friend and telling them how it seems like these opportunities that are coming my way are just different. I'm getting opportunities with more responsibility. For example, I got offered a facilitation job for this theater company that does diversity and inclusion training for corporate businesses. Part of the package they offer is a performance around diversity and equity. And the second part is a facilitation around diversity and injustices, which is the most important part. And I used to get hired as an actor. I still do. But now I will be facilitating. It's different opportunities with more responsibilities. And that's just one example. And I was telling my friend about all these opportunities I'm getting. And they said, yo, Dotch, what's happening is people are noticing what you are putting out into the world, and they are becoming more drawn to what you have to offer. You're setting yourself up for these opportunities. And you know what? I felt that. What I've been doing mainly for myself this past couple of years or year and a half is really paying off for me in multiple ways. And you know what? I had a moment where I had to call myself out and say, okay, Dotch, practice what you preach. Because I was nervous about this responsibility. I felt like I might not be able to be good at it, that I might get stuck during a facilitation and mess up and look stupid. But like I'm always telling y'all, you get what you feed your mind. So if I'm sitting here thinking about all the ways it'll go wrong, I'm not practicing what I preach. So instead, I'm fucking excited. I'm claiming that I'm going to be one of the best facilitators they have. Anyways, I digress. So again, working on yourself is normal. So look at it like this. Think of yourself as a mirror. In the mirror is a reflection of yourself. And what happens over time if you don't clean that mirror? It gets dusty. If it's a bathroom mirror, it gets kind of nasty and splash marks on it and everything. Now think if you haven't cleaned that mirror in years, or if you never clean that mirror, how would it look? It will be covered in dust, right? Your reflection will be dusty. That doesn't mean that you aren't normal. It just means that you need to clean that mirror to get a clear reflection of yourself. And the normal thing to do would be to clean the mirror. Think of working on personal development and your mindset the same way. No matter who you are, at some point, you are going to have to clean that mirror. We're going to pick up bad habits. We're going to change as we grow. We're going to find even more ways to better ourselves. And no matter what, at some point, everybody is going to have to clean the mirror. So as we're growing, just know that your growth and you working on yourself means you're better than normal, and that you're not making changes so that you can be normal. No, if you made the conscious decision and effort to improve your mindset, working on yourself is normal. So, like I said, this was a quick one. Hopefully it's something that you can use and incorporate into your life. Hopefully you have been incorporating what I have been saying and you have been seeing some growth, because I can honestly say that I most definitely have. So I truly want the same thing for you. So have a good weekend and let's get it in. So that's what I got for you today. If you like this episode, please share it with somebody that can benefit from this, somebody who is a friend or a family member, somebody who has goals and is trying to improve their lives. So thank you again, and let's get it in.